first set of MOCs seem to be inspired by Star Trek. Got some starships here. And it looks like we have some sort of school or Star Wars hospital. Lots of different things going on here. Got a commissary, looks like a classroom, and a little bit of a hospital. And this is what it looks like when you add all the Super Mario sets together. Make your own custom world. A lot of custom colored base plates with texture. Even a custom Bowser's airship. And then next we have a large mock of a zoo of a lot of different biomes. Got an alligator pen. Got the giraffes, elephants, a little bit of a desert biome with the camels and an ostrich, and some pandas, and a main entryway. Just to let you know, it's a zoo. We got a polar biome with some of the bears and penguins. Some monkeys. Large cats. And as we're making our way to an aquarium that looks like it's part of the zoo. Lots of different aquatic life going on. See, this builder has added the MOCFEST sticker to their build, and it looks like another smaller aquarium here. Looks like we have a couple of Lego sets here. We'll focus on these a little bit of a custom city layout. And also we have a little bit of a Star Wars diorama. It looks like a mixture of Empire and First Order and our classic Rebel teams. A little bit of an X-Wing hangar. And one of the most unique builders we have here have a lot of custom Bionicle creations. A lot of non-system parts, but still Lego. And it's Bionicle is as live as it ever has been. And my favorites are this neon frog and this white crab. This builder also has a large spider made out of a lot of different Technic pieces, and it's actually on its own wooden mount. And also we have a mosaic of Snoopy. And in addition to having some 3D profile in this image, we also have a nice frame, and each corner of the frame is a little bit different. We got the doghouse, the Red Baron, and of course their symbols as well. Next, this is actually my modification of the Iron Man Hall of Armor, adding some gift with purchases, hot rods, just to fill out the garage. This will one day be the basement to my Avengers Tower. And a nice little vignette I also made was of the Wizard of Oz. Been wanting to do this for about 2 years and finally did it this past weekend. And here I have what I call Hoth 2002, which is basically Star Wars reimagined with classic space themes. We have Ice Planet 2002 Snowspeeder and 3 Blacktron AT-ATs. And we even have a little bit of a scene being reenacted of Luke Skywalker cutting off the snow monster's arm. And this case, it's not a lightsaber, it's a chainsaw. Next builder builds some classic cars, including a old wagon, but these car builds are just phenomenal. Our next one is depicting a scene from Ponyo. And this artist also has some custom Lego shoes. It'd be fun to take those out dancing. We have a custom Master Chief helmet here from Halo. And now we have somewhat of a retelling or reimagination of, I think, Gulliver's Travel. With a bunch of classic Lego themes represented. A little bit of an underwater build here. And looks like a little vignette of Endor. Still the same builder. We looks some sort of music box contraption. Christmas tree. And we got a mechanic working on a Jeep with their daughter. And it looks like we have some Rock Raider MOCs. And also, we have a custom UCS scimitar, the Sith Infiltrator. Our next builder focuses a lot on architecture and custom landscapes. Here we have a nice, I want to say almost like California beach house almost. And this is modular. Each level can be taken apart and looking at the interior. And what's even incredible is a nice two-car garage. We have a little bit of a castle build here, a little bit Lord of Rings inspired. Got some dwarves and even some hobbits hidden in here. Next, we have a Old West setup with a appearance made by the Emerald Knight, just to fill out these old wagon trains. And I just want to bring attention to the cliff work here, and also the different forms of cacti represented here. We also have a medieval village. And one of my new favorite builds is the Dueling Dojos. A lot of pieces were included from the, I believe the bonsai tree and the Chinese New Year sets from 2021. And then we have a little bit of a house in the forest. A lot of different details in this greebling for the fauna. And also the stonework going up to the house, alternating between tiles and plates. Our next setup is actually the iLug Macropolis. We had a ton of different builders participate to make these. And basically it's a 16 by 16 set standard where you basically make your own city block. And we can connect them together in any manner we see fit, and basically have a new city with every convention. Some of the highlights I'd like to point out are the construction site of a skyscraper under construction. We got a downtown airport, and just some very interesting and unique skyscrapers, and another construction dig site, parking garage, and we even have Godzilla attacking. Next build is inspired by Futuron. And this is probably a monorail that I've been looking to have since forever. A little bit yellowing, but it gives it some character. And we even have some classic space figures from Benny's Space Squad, and even a good old Blacktron 2. But these Futuron ships are awesome. We also got a spaceship and a pirate ship from Minecraft. Our next builder has some MOCs that were built from different websites, including Brick Commander, MWOM, ERCS, and others, sites like Brickshelf. And just seeing the instructions that people put out of these incredible mechs and seeing them built all in one place is a lot of fun to look at. We have another custom Christmas tree with some presents. And this builder has also made a portrait of a friend who recently passed away, who was a wildland firefighter. And on this display, we also have a monorail going around it. I want to say we have about 150 feet of monorail track going around, and I believe this builder has up to 400 feet of monorail track. So we have some custom modular buildings here. Next builder has a custom ice castle from Frozen, where we're using some dolls, I believe they're from Scala. And also it looks like we have some other fairy book storybooks represented here. I think this might be, actually I'm not sure which one this is. But I think here we have Thumbelina. And then here's some more of the sealed Scala dolls, and also Belleville. And then we also have a custom dragon boat, as well as a guitar. So we have another Bionicle inspired builder here with all these different mechs. I believe they're supposed to be a continuation of Bionicle, but just the use of these pieces are always astound me, just because I'm used to working with system brick, and it's just incredible to see what they come up with. We're going to get another quick shot of the monorail coming around. But this is probably my favorite, because it incorporates a little bit of a scene instead of just the characters. We got two similar looking red creatures fighting, and even just like the rock work down here with another creature underneath the water, I believe. It's very cool. And here we have another castle. It looks like we have some figures from a recent CMF series of knights. And then we also have some brick bending going on here. It's always fun to see that. There goes our monorail one more time. And we also, same builder as before from the monorail, we have a giant sword. It's probably from a video game, but I don't recognize it. Here we have some custom race cars, as well as what we call microfighters, but with World War II planes. And then just some vignettes of architecture of just small scenes from around the country, including Iowa and Boise. And now we have some nightmare fuel. We have Thomas the Tank Engine with spider legs. So, yeah. So we have another vignette here of a scene. I think it's a map maker, maybe, or I'm not sure exactly what it is. It does say TNT, so maybe some alchemy or something. And we have the RV. And Bouquet from this year making an appearance. Someone brought some of their Technic cars. Next artist I like a lot. Does a lot of custom sculpting and painting. And here we have Star Wars figures that are made on the nano statues. And look, also I think that's Jack Sparrow and Ariel. And then we have the Lego Movie nano figures, the ones that weren't made. Got a custom Batmobile, the Jeep from Jurassic Park, and then here we have some more custom figures. They're Disney characters, but built with the yellow skin tones. And I think that's a custom genie shape for the head. Got a Stargate SG-1 represented here. I have no idea where they're returning from, hopefully somewhere cool. And we got a small, I think that's Mara Jade from Star Wars on Tatooine. A micro build of a castle. And Star Wars figures in a mini doll form. I'm not sure what this character is, but they're having pizza. Another one of my favorites, Chip and Dale with nano figs. And then we also have Darkwing Duck and Launchpad with the Thunderquack. And then we have the plane from Tailspin. And we have some more custom mini dolls up here. And if you haven't noticed yet, but aquariums seem to be very popular at this convention. And one of our biggest MOCs on display is Lord of the Rings. I believe this is supposed to be representing Helm's Deep. And then we also have Isengard and Sauron's tower. But just coming in here and just finding all the figures, got orcs, all the archers up here, the elven archers. Then we have Gandalf at the top of the castle instead of the top of the hill, but hey, looks awesome. And we have some Ents here, attacking Isengard. And we even have Saruman. Jeez, why'd they name them so similar? And last but not least, we have Samwise Gamgee and Frodo. And here we have another MOC. Very interesting tree, and looks like we have two minifigures, one for Snaketail and one with kind of octopus bottom. Very interesting. And lastly, we have a huge NASA/space display. We have some custom rockets that were somewhat inspired by the idea of Saturn V, but this big rocket here, I believe, is the Nerva mission, a concept but never got launched. But we also have different versions of the Saturn V and other launch vehicles. And one of the most impressive builds here is we got about 30,000 brick or so, including in this launch complex 39A. This is where, mankind lifted off for all the missions to the moon. Got a custom launch pad and base, LUT, and then do not have the idea Saturn V there, but we actually have a different version of the Saturn V that launched Skylab. And we actually have a larger scale version of Skylab right here. So this is the payload that rocket is carrying. And now we have some other sets. This is possibly a future private space station by Axiom. We have a miniature Saturn V rocket, different versions with different bases. Some of them have a launch pad, some of them have a 50th anniversary and flames, and then of course we have a light up model for the center one. And this is the recent Lego set of Discovery that came out this year, but it's been modified to change its internal payload to more closely match what the service mission for Hubble looked like. And some updates have been added to the shuttle as well to make it more realistic. And the tail and I believe flap controls have been updated as well. Now here next is the LEGO Ideas International Space Station, and you're probably wondering why it's here. And it's here because this is the space shuttle that came with the set. However, it is hugely undersized, so this builder actually designed one that should be to scale with the model. And has custom stickers, and I believe he has stickers available to make any orbiter you want. And then it looks like Baby Yoda is also visiting the station right now. So these are, we got the command module and the escape system for Saturn V, and then this is a cross-section of the model I haven't shown you yet. This is actually, it goes to the 12-foot tall Saturn V rocket, which contains around 30,000 bricks and is about 12 feet tall with the base included. I'll be definitely coming back to film tomorrow, but we also have a GBC contraption on a about 12-foot circuit, probably 20-foot circuit, but we'll get some action of it running tomorrow. And last but not least, we decided just to have a Star Wars fly-in that is expanded to the figures. And so we have a custom Death Star. This was made out of 3 of the Death Star 2 UCS kits and made a fully enclosed one, and it has a fleet of Super Star Destroyers and then regular Star Destroyers protecting it. UCS Y-Wing, and then we actually have some custom Lightsaber Hilts. These are the buildable figures, and this is actually my first time seeing most of these in person, and these don't look too bad. I know some of the human faces can look weird, but I really like Clone Wars Obi-Wan. We also have a B-Wing, one of my favorite UCS sets, and then of course we have the Millennium Falcon with a light kit added, so it lights up the cockpit. And then we have the turrets going and flash in motion, but we also have the interiors lit up as well. Another must-have is the Super Star Destroyer, which I hope one day gets a re-release. Oh, we found Baby Yoda again. We have a Snow Speeder, TIE Fighter, Nebulon B, Porg, a Red 5, and Darth Maul. And this is my first time seeing Darth Maul in person, and I did not think it was this big. It's kind of incredible. So that concludes our tour of MOCFEST 2021, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.